What have you got, Rouse?
Got another snapper and a little, well, a big lobster.
Yeah, that.
I'm stoked with that.
Yeah.
This guy was feeding. I shot one of these last night, and then I threw the like we filleted it and that, and I threw the carcass overboard. And this guy here was faffing about with that this morning, so I shot him this morning. And then I went for another spear and got this guy as well. Oh, I'm just...
There he goes. Yeah, I'm pretty stoked. Oh,
So we're back to the corner for another episode of Sailing the Vagabonde.
In this episode, we sail from Green Island, which is just off Antigua there, and we go down to Guadaloupe and down to Dominica. We spent a night moored in Green Island. We took the only mooring ball that was in the little bay there. Very secluded, very beautiful. Still in bed, so I've taken the tender around the corner this morning and I've found this little beach with 2 palm trees and not much else, but it's a really cool little place, so I'll show you around. There's lots of birds chirping away.
On the way out, and on the way in, there's reef everywhere. So I had Elayna up the front eyeballing that to make sure that we weren't going to crash into anything because there was just a narrow little channel. We hadn't done much of that reef dodging, but we're reef dodgers now.
Yeah, professionals. I'd go that way. There's a really shallow reef right here. Like less than a metre, and then the exact same on this side. So we left Green Island and we headed towards Guadaloupe with not much wind. I think there was about 5 knots of wind most of the way.
Until we got to the top of Guadaloupe.
Yeah.
Yep, and then that's when it was just going bonkers. Wind acceleration over the top of the island there, and it really was out of control. So then we went into day A.
Yeah, we anchored in day A for about 4 nights.
You know you go, you don't gotta worry now. Oasis child, born and so wild. Don't I know you better than the rest? All deception from you. Your love is stabbed in the white sand. The next for miles, I so mild and wise. Don't I know you better than the rest? All deception from you. Anyway, run, you run the boys, black and white boys, arching among us. Anyway, run, you run the boys, black and white boys.
One easy and really good way to cook fish that we really love doing is actually just chopping the head off and putting it in some alfoil and throwing it in the oven for 30 minutes to 40 minutes depending on how big the fish is. So this one you can throw in for about 15 to 20 minutes. Thanks, Raz. Yeah, and you can also put garlic in there. You can actually slit the fish and just shove, you know, sliced up pieces of garlic, which is really nice. It sort of infuses through the meat, but we're liking it natural at the moment, so that's how I'm gonna do it. All right, and if it's cooked properly enough, you can usually peel the skin off, and it just sort of slides off. Nick Cave, Riley?
It's not. Gallon drunk.
Sounds like cavey. Well, that's got scales on the fork from where I peeled off the skin. Buggers.
That's so nice. This looks good.
Yeah.
It's a handsome fish.
It is a handsome fish.
I wanted to do that, Elayna.
Well, it's 6 o'clock in the morning in Guadaloupe, and the sun's just about to come up over that mountain, so during the night. Well, yesterday Riley kicked his toe and he was in a lot of pain apparently, and I've woken up this morning and the house is just upside down, like it looks like we've been robbed, so I really don't know what went on, but I'll show you the results. Here we have a homemade sling of some kind. Like, he's got the kit out for if we ever sink the boat. Like, what the hell was he using these for? What was the pain of your toe last night? Because you look like you're in a lot of pain. Like,
you wouldn't
really.
believe me if I told you.
No!
You wouldn't. It was so bad, and then I got the sewing needle out that I use for mending sails, and that sort of gave me a bit of relief.
I'm eating! The sling outside, how did that help?
Do you want your wine?
Mm-hmm. Hey, how good's this?
Rest, ice, compression, elevation. It's the first thing you do. Dr. ABC.
Mm-hmm.
No, I just put my foot in there. And yes, this food's delicious.
Did you shake it like you don't care? Now, silent.
Heading further south, we went down to Pigeon Island, and
That's just off Guadaloupe, by the way. Little island off there.
It is. There was 2 dive boats on the other 2 mooring balls, so we had to pick up the third one, which is specifically for non-commercial vehicles, so it's for cruisers. But I jumped in the water, and if the wind had have sort of changed direction, we would have smashed into some rock because it's just way too shallow. But because there was just a billion fish swimming around under the boat, we decided to throw an anchor over the back there and to just sort of steady us, and I yelled out for Elayna to jump in the water. There's more. That's the second. There and Saba just have had the most fish that I've ever seen.
Ridiculous amounts of fish. Really cool little spot. We stayed the night, and then the next day we headed to Dominica.
Yeah.
I'm on the dark side of the road. Still I wish there was something you would do or say to try and make me change my mind and stay. You're not listening to me anyway. So don't think twice, it's alright. Well, it ain't no use in her calling out my name, girl, like you never done before. Well, it ain't no use in her calling out my name, girl. I can't hear you anymore. I won't listen to you, be unkind.
You made it.
Let off some of that cunning end what you said.
Yeah. We're headed to Dominica from Guadaloupe, and the wind's picked up a lot and the swell as we come away from the island. So it's been good fun.
A good word, babe. So I'll just say fairly well. I'm a sitting and a wondering, walking down a road. I once loved a woman, a child I'm told. I gave her my heart, but she wanted my soul. So don't think twice, it's alright.
You're going so slow down.
Hey?
Slow down.